Hey folks, just a short video to show you some of the tools that I use when using my Prusa 3D printer. Now my experience is I've had quite a few 3D printers. I've been 3D printing for 3 or 4 years. My latest printers were an Ultimaker 3 Extended and a Lulzbot Mini. Once I got the first Prusa Mark III, I started selling those off and switched completely to the Prusas for a number of reasons. So we're using Prusa Mark IIIs right now pretty much exclusively, and I thought I'd show you the tools that I use when I'm printing, because I've narrowed this down. I like to keep things very simple. I've narrowed this down to just a few things. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the cutters here. You use these all the time. Every time I change the filament, I cut a nice fresh end on there, and you have a nice square new end of your filament to go in. It helps you eliminate jams greatly. That's number one. Number two, this one I don't need as much anymore, because without that Lulzbot and that Ultimaker, I don't have to hack prints off the printing bed anymore, but it still really comes in handy. It's called a Scotty's Peeler. Scotty Peeler. I don't know if you can see that. Scotty Peeler. If I can, I'll put a link to this. I got it on Amazon. It comes with a couple little plastic things, and it's actually used to peel labels off of products. You buy something, it's got a label on there that you can't get off. And this thing is razor sharp, so you got to be careful with it. But it really comes in handy, and pretty much the only thing I need it for anymore on this thing is to get this little primer strip off of here. You see this? Look at that. I lay it parallel, I lay it flat on the surface so it doesn't dig into the PEI, and that's how it takes it off. Well, sometimes that thing can be a little ornery. This is a ColorFab XT. Now watch your fingers when you're using this thing. Okay, also here, look, get under one corner. It really helps you get down underneath there. This is XT, which I don't use that much, and it's a little sticky, a little ornery. That's how it's done right there. Okay, let's move this out of the way. That's how it's done. Now let's get on the other tool. So that's a Scotty Peeler. So we have the clippers, the Scotty Peeler. The next most important thing is this thing, a Scotch-Brite pad. Now every opportunity with the nozzle hot, I rub it underneath the nozzle. So if we bring our nozzle up here, we rub it under here a little bit. Now the Lulzbot company, when I talked to their tech support, I was having serious jamming problems, all kinds of problems. First layer wouldn't calibrate right, inconsistent printing. And their tech support said they have these things all over their place and they use them all the time, that you should constantly be using it, which is interesting because the Lulzbot Mini has a wipe strip and it wipes every time before it prints. Which turns out is totally unnecessary and just mucks the works up, in my opinion. So anyway, you're going to use this. Every opportunity I get down there and just clean it up. Now those are what I use every day. The next level of tools up, I would say, is these two. 2.5 millimeter. Let me get these in front of the camera. 2 millimeter and 2.5 millimeter Allen wrenches. So these come into things like if you're going to adjust. Let me see if I can get the camera up here a little bit. You know, you're going to take pieces off your printer. If you're going to set the tension, which is very important, you use this one for that. 2.5. You use that a lot. The bed screws are down with 2 millimeter. So those Allen wrenches really come in handy. And I like these. I bought them on Amazon. Excuse me, I lost control of the camera. I bought these on Amazon, and if I can, when I figure it out, I'll put a link in the description so you can get them. The other three tools come with the Prusa. So it's a flat screwdriver, a Phillips, and a needle nose plier with a little cutter on it. Now, the two screwdrivers I've hardly ever used. Matter of fact, in a day-to-day basis, they never get used. This will occasionally get used if you got some pesky filament maybe stuck in here you have to get out. Or, gee, I don't know, but they're there. So those I hardly ever use. These get used once in a while. And these three get used, those two get used all the time. This one fairly regularly too. And the last but not least is the alcohol and the sheet. So every now and then, maybe every 10th print, I let the bed cool and I give it a good cleaning with this. And sometimes I'll even put some rubbing alcohol down and scrub it with this right on the PEI. It's very tough. I never use glue stick on it. I print NGen, ColorFab NGen, ColorFab XT, ABS. I've printed some Flex. And that's pretty much what I print all the time. And it's been working just fantastic. So those are the tools I use. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like if you do. Any comments or questions, use the space below and comment. Take care.